Hello everyone, Andrew here with a new YouTube video. In this one we're gonna talk about how to pass a funding challenge and how to actually trade a live account in order to not blow it and make some profits. As you probably know, there are some big funding companies that I recommend. First one is my Forex funds at the moment, which I think is the best in the industry. The second one is FTMO, and then the third one is True Forex Funds. I really recommend my Forex funds because they have a really good target for the challenge, so you have to make 8% during the first phase and then 5% during the second phase. So if we look at the My Forex Funds webpage, we can see the evaluation challenge, which I really recommend going for the 100k if you can afford it, or just the 300k. If you can't really afford it, then start off small from like 20k or 50k, that's a good start. But let's take for example the 100k account. You need to make 8% during the first phase and then 5% during the second phase, and also a minimum trading days of 5 days. So each phase you need to trade for 5 days, 5 trading days, which can mean you can place a 0.01 lot for like a minute just to get that trading day in. A really nice thing about my Forex funds is that they allow a 12% overall drawdown. This really helps you because you have an additional 2% to trade with if you are going into drawdown, which you can actually go into if you are trading a bigger risk. A daily drawdown is 5%, but 5% is based on equity. So if you are holding positions overnight, just be careful about that, because if you are running in profits for, let's say, 5% and you finish the day with 5% in running positions, 5% profit in equity, the next day if you go back to break even, so if that 5% profit trade goes back to zero, then you are gonna violate the account. So it's a really dumb rule, but it's just structured about equity. Once you understand it, it's not that hard to actually respect it. Another good thing about this My Forex Fund challenge is their scaling plan and also their long-term benefits. So if you go up here, you can see you are paid 75% of your profits after the first month of trading, and you also get a refund of the fee. And then from the second month you are paid 80% of your profit, which is bi-weekly. And on the third month you will receive 85% of your profit bi-weekly from that point onwards. But that's not everything. They recently just added the VIP package, which I'm gonna go more in depth later in the video. Another amazing thing is that you can be paid via deal, which allows bank transfer, PayPal, TransferWise or Revolut, or also cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is the fastest and the easiest way to actually withdraw. From my experience, my Forex funds has been proven to be the best one that I ever used, just because the long-term benefits are really amazing. Recently on one of my accounts I got accepted in the VIP program. So VIP program, we're gonna go right here and check it out. They recently launched it. I'm about to get officially put in this Friday, after I get my withdrawal, my payout split. So I'm gonna have the following benefits. I'm gonna have a 90% profit split, which is the highest in the market. So you start from 75% and you work your way up to 90% after 3 months in profit. And you're gonna have the ability to withdraw at any time with no restriction. The payout request button will always be active if you are in profit. This is a really big feature that no funding company has. I'm really excited to try it out. I'm gonna probably make a video next week where I'm gonna take a trade, make profits, and then withdraw it immediately to see how fast you can actually withdraw. And you're also gonna have semi-automated payout confirmation. So your money is gonna be withdrawn and in your deal account within 10 hours. I'm really curious if that's gonna be accurate, but we're gonna try it from next week. Another surprises, which of course they are not telling us. But this is important because not everyone qualifies to be a VIP. You need to have 5 payouts and have traded for a minimum of 3 months. So if we are counting 3 months, then that's basically 5 payouts, because first month you can have a payout after 30 days, and then every 2 weeks you have a payout. So the second month you're gonna have 2 payouts, and the third month you're gonna have 2 payouts. So if you are withdrawing every single time, you're not missing any payouts, then after 3 months you're gonna be eligible to qualify to be a VIP. And I'm telling you, VIP is gonna be a huge success for my Forex funds and for long-term traders. I'm really excited for it because the ability to make profits, because for me personally on my account right now, which is gonna be the last bi-weekly payout, but in a bi-weekly payout condition, I may make my profits like say 2 or 3% during the first 2 days of trading, and then I just don't want to trade anymore because I want to withdraw those profits. So even if it's like 8k, 9k, I just want to withdraw it. So then I just stop trading and wait for 2 weeks to withdraw that money, because of course money is not real until it's in your bank. So everything that you can make, especially with funding companies, you don't know when they're gonna fuck something up, or something's not gonna work anymore or something like that, you need to take your money. So this VIP stuff with the ability to withdraw at any time is gonna be huge. I can't wait to actually try it. So I want to give you guys a few tips about how I have been passing these challenges really easy. I have multiple accounts, of course, but this is my most recent account that I started last week, I think. And the thing I found to work the best for me is to actually trade a bigger risk. So the first time I started challenges, this was like last year or 2 years ago almost, when FTMO was the only one, I was using really small risks, like 0.25%. And the thing about these funding companies is, let's go over to the chart really quick. The thing about these funding companies is that you actually need to make, I think I explained this one once, but let's take an 8% target at a 100k account. You need to make 8k, but you only have, basically you only have 12%, which is 12k to risk. So you basically need to make like 80% profit from that account. So you don't need to make 8%, you need to make 80%. So it's really hard to reach that target, especially in 30 days, which is more likely 20 trading days. So that's even less. Okay, so if you use a small risk, then there's a chance you're gonna blow your account, because people have a destructive mindset and people don't have the patience needed. If you had the patience to trade 0.25% risk or 0.5% risk for the whole month, then you will probably succeed. But most of the people will start losing will start risking 0.25%. They're gonna win 1 or 2 trades. They're gonna be up like 1%, 1.5%, then they're gonna lose another trade or 2. And they're gonna be like 1% profit after 2 weeks of trading, and then their panic kicks in because they only have 2 weeks left, and then they start over risking and over trading with no real reason, and then they just end up blowing the account. So I've been there, and the thing that I found to work the best is to risk a lot more while using a higher stop loss. Now it depends a lot on your trading style. I'm just going to talk about myself because I use some smart money concepts, liquidity concepts, and so on. I sometimes have a small stop loss. So if I have a small stop loss, I usually use a low risk. But on challenges, I found the best way to actually pass them is to use a bigger stop loss on setups that you are really sure about. So the way I do it is I risk between 3 and 5%. So almost maximum, I do like 4.8% per day, which is a lot, but I don't trade every day. So I may see a setup in 3 days after starting a new challenge or something like that. Of course, now I'm not doing any challenge. This was the last one, because I'm fully maxed on multiple accounts, so there's no point in going harder on that. But I just did this challenge specifically to record this video. The way I did it is I risk between 3 or 4.8% per day on a specific setups or 2 setups. Now a setup may have multiple entries or just one entry, depends a lot. So I did 3 to 4.8%. This has a lot of drawdowns as well, because if you are not really sure on your strategy, I'm really sure on my strategy and my setups. So if I'm risking that percentage, I know I'm gonna probably have a high success rate. And even if I'm wrong, I can still make enough to pass the challenge. And you're gonna see in this challenge, the phase 1 and phase 2, that I got really unlucky with the first trades that were literally just stopped out by a few pips, and then price went into my direction. But it is what it is. It is the risk that I take. I do not recommend using this high of a risk if you are just starting a challenge. You can start by using just a 1 to 2% risk. I just do 3 to 4.8% because I want to pass it quickly and focus on my live accounts to actually make money. So I don't really have the patience to start trading small. I just risk bigger, try to complete the phases in 1 trade or 2 trades max, and then just move on to the live account to add it to my portfolio. That's the way I do it. And if I blow the account, is no issue, because that fee is easily recovered by my live accounts. So that's for a later basically point in your career. First, I do recommend using 1 to 2% risk and just focus at setups with 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. So the way you can go about it is to actually think about your trading strategy. Think about some setups that you are really sure about. Find the specific setups that works and have a high win rate, even if you use a bigger stop loss. A setup that just makes sense. So for me, a setup that's really easy to use to pass challenges is just to take a trade during London Open or New York Stock Exchange Open, because usually I just know the direction the price is gonna go. I can use a bigger stop loss just so I don't re-enter and watch the price action. I just enter it at the bigger stop loss and focus on a higher time frame target. Go for a 1 to 2 or a 1 to 3, because if I risk like 3%, I just need in that case I need a 1 to 3 almost, so that's not a big issue. I usually just hit it in 1 trade. but that's about it. So if you use 1 to 2%, just find some really good setups. You only need like 1 or 2 setups per week. So you can use the 4 hour, the 1 hour to find those entries, wait for some confirmation, and then just enter when the session starts. Use a bigger stop loss, and then that's about it. It's really easy to pass, it's not that hard. So then you need like 3 or 4 wins if you're using 2% to pass the challenge, and it's not that hard if you use a 1 to 2. So let's go ahead and switch to the dashboard on the account. So this is phase 1. As you can see, I made 26k from the target of 24k. That's 2k more. It just happened to, I don't know, I just didn't calculate it right. But let's look at the chart right here. So first day I started, I actually lost 5%. So that's why I said I got really unlucky. And then the next day I lost an additional 4%. So I was basically down 9% and I only had like 4% risk, to risk. But then I just took another setup that I had confidence in, and then I basically went to break even, and I think if I go like this, go like break even, and then I just pass the challenge. So we're gonna go over trading history, but first of all, just want to show you here my traded instrument was Euro USD, and my win rate was extremely low. It was 17.65%, which is really low. I don't know why it's like that, but it is what it is. I think a lot of trades were just dump losses, small loss. Because another thing to pay attention to when trading on my Forex funds, especially my Forex funds, is that you need to split your positions in smaller lots. So if you want to do a 50 lot or a 60 lot, and now I'm talking about a 300k account, if you want to do bigger lot than 70 or 80 lots, then you need to split the position. So this is what I did here. I just split positions, 20 lots, 20 lots, 20 lots, and there I did 10 lots. Here is where I did 50 lots, and I really got destroyed by the slippage. So never did. This was just a mistake from my part. And then you see how I split the positions again, and then that's why the win rate is so small. So I really started the account down here. So again, this was a mistake that I did. Here I did multiple trades. I did a 30, 30. This was 2% risk, 2% risk, so 4% risk, and then another trade which was around 0.5%, just to don't break the daily drawdown. So I lost the first 2 trades, which really sucked. And then next trading day I took another trade. This is where I really did not pay attention. I did 50 lots, should have done like 5 positions of 10 lots, and this is where I lost. This was supposed to be a 1% loss, but then I just got slipped at the entry and the stop loss, and I ended up losing way more. So this is basically what happened here. Also here trades went good into profit. I made 32k, so that's more than 10%, basically some profits. And then again I took some more losses, small losses right here, and this was another 1% loss. 1% loss. Again, doing bigger lots was not a good idea. So I lost a lot of trades here, which again is a part of the journey. I did lose a lot of trades here, and then basically I'm not really happy with this challenge, but again I just did it really quickly because I was really focusing on my live account. I had a really good month last month, so this was in September. I had a really good month on my live account, so I was just being focused on that, and basically at this point I wanted to get over it. So I was not really paying that much attention. Again, I don't recommend it, but for me, it doesn't matter if I lose the fee or not, because I know I can pass it really easy. This is where I had a huge win on GPP JPY, 30 lots. This was a 2% risk, I think, which ended up being a 10%. So that was a really nice trade. I don't usually trade GPP JPY, but there was some news, price spiked up really nice, so I just took the sell. It was looking really nice. I was debating whether to trade GU or GPP JPY, and I just like the structure there. Then I had 2 more losses, 1%, and then I got some nice wins. So all this profit here was one setup, this was one setup also. So you see how I split the positions here in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 positions. This was 100 lots because I think I had like a 6 pip stop loss, so that was a 2% risk. I had like 5 pips with slippage. So I risked 2% and I made a total of, this is like 3, 6, almost, I don't know, enough to just pass the challenge. So again, it wasn't the cleanest trading week, but as I said, I just risk reward. I had really a lot of confidence in this setup. So now let's go over to phase 2, which I just completed recently, and you can see 70k again over the target. Here I had a 30% win rate, Euro USD again, and this was unlucky as well because just go over the trading days, it's just better. First day lost 5%, really sucks. Next day I just made 10%. So it was just 2 trading days. So I risked 5% here, I risked 5% the next day. No, I think I risked 4%, but with slippage and everything ends up almost 5%. Here also risked like 4%, so it is what it is. You get commissions and everything like that. I just tried to split it 4%, 4%, 3 trades basically, and then just have confidence in my win rate. And in this case, my win rate was really good, and you can see the same lots. So it was multiple positions. Here also had a small stop loss, commissions was insane, but just passed it in 2 trading days. So some might call it gambling. From my experience, it's not gambling, it's just having a better strategy and a good win rate. I know the win rate is small just because I use a lot more positions, so it depends, it's not really accurate. But I just wanted to say that you need to find something that works for you. I found this to work better on challenges. So if I buy a challenge tomorrow, I know I can pass it within a week just by risking that amount. And I also know that my profits from my live account, I can just cover the fee if something happens. I try to focus more on live accounts, of course, because everything that I make there, I just withdraw to my bank account. So it's a lot better. So the challenges for me are just mostly for fun. Usually I do them when I hit my targets on my live accounts and I just wait for the withdrawal. And then I just do a challenge. And I thought, let's do a challenge and actually record a video giving my tips. This may work for you, it may not, but I do recommend you try to use the 1% risk that I told you. So use this quick schematic, try using it on a demo account first. So just start a 100k demo account, use a 1 to 2% risk per setup, and just focus for a quick 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. So for example, here was a good trade, just trading based on the 1 hour. You can see how price came back into this supply zone, demand zone, and you just wait for New York to open. You see you have the change of character on the 50-minute, price comes back down, and here was a good example. Just you can wait for candle confirmation or something like that. And stop loss, you can just use like 20 pips here in this case just to cover those lows, because price may play around a bit, and just target this high, a 1 to 3, and that's about it. So 3%, using 2%, that's 6%, and then you just need one more trade to trade. Or London session, again, you see how Frankfurt had a bearish move, London came back a little bit, respected that supply zone right there. So again, if you enter somewhere around here, just use the basic knowledge and just target on 1 to 3. Again, that will have been done. Just focus on the sessions, take 1 to 2 trades. Now I want to go really quick on the live account, because that's a different story. For the live account, I usually do risk less than 0.25%, because on the live account, every profit that you make, it just goes to your bank account. So trading a 300k account, 0.25% risk, that's a $750 risk. I'm just talking like that because for me, I have multiple 300k accounts, so that just multiplies by the number of accounts I have. But you're just starting out, so even if you use, let's actually go for the 100k account. So you risk $250, right? So risking $250, that is basically half a minimal wage in any country in Europe. So if you focus on the 1 to 5, because on a live account you can basically use a smaller stop loss, you're not risking that much, so you can do that. So if you make a 5 hour per week, that's basically $1,250. You don't actually need to go for a 1 to 5. Let's say you just go for 2 hour a week, risking 0.25%. You're making $500 a week, and that's just $2,000 a month. Where people go wrong is when they finally reach that funded account and the live account, they start risking a lot more because they want to make 15,000, 20,000 in the first month, which is not really nobody reaches that point. It's just a dream. You really need to focus and have a small goal to hit. So this is, again, from my experience, what I found to be working best for me and my students. You need to have a goal that is easily achievable. So let's say 2 hours per week, like anyone can achieve that. Even if you use a 1-to-1 risk reward to trade and use the higher time frames, you're gonna have 2 hours per week. It's impossible not to have that if you're trading the concepts that I presented here on the YouTube channel. It's almost impossible. So making 2 hours a week, just risking 0.25%, you just need to test it out during a couple of weeks and see how can I get 2 hours per week. What type of trading do I have to do? What pair do I need to trade? When do I need to enter the trade? What stop loss should I use? When should I take profits? That's it. So it's really not that hard to make $2,000 a month. $2,000 a month is above what 90% of people actually make. It's a lot of money, and from there you just scale the accounts, because then If you're trading a 300k account, that's $750. So if you make 2R, that's 1.5k a week, which in turn means you are making $6,000 per month, which is insane just from your phone or your laptop. So it's not that hard, but where people go wrong is they focus on big goals that they cannot reach. Making 15k, 20k from the first month on your live account is not possible. You need to focus on easy, really easy targets that you can achieve every single week. Consistency is gonna push you to the top really quick. So if you can easily achieve 2R every single week and you can make 6k a month, it's easy money. And I'm gonna show you an example from my live trading account right now. So here on the screen you can see one of my live Forex funds account. I'm just gonna cover the ticket IDs and everything just so I don't get in trouble, but this is last 3 months. So exactly what I told you, focus on small goals and you're gonna make a lot of money. Last 3 months, you can see I'm pressing here, last 3 months was a profit of 35k. A deposit was for 5k. This is some problem with executing a trade and they just fixed it up for me, so that was really nice of them, but that's why it shows deposit that much. But look at the profit, 21.640k last 3 months, and the withdrawal was 23k. So last 3 months I made 23k, which is almost 8k a month. 8k a month just from one account, and just having multiple accounts really boost that up. But making $8,000 a month, if you're living anywhere in the world, that's more than enough to live comfortably. And you're not gonna get that from the first month. You're gonna get that after years, maybe not really years, but maybe months or a year at least of work and just focusing on smaller goals. So here, for example, is a bigger withdrawal, 11k, that was a good month, and just going on and on and on. So the thing I'm trying to say is you do not need big targets. Making this amount of money every month, 8k a month or 6k a month or 3k a month, puts you ahead a lot of people, and you can make that from your laptop, and again just have a easy goal to reach. So this video was really long, but just to end it up, to go over things again. When doing the challenge, you cannot do this type of risk management, because you cannot risk 0.25% and go for 2R because you're never gonna finish. That's why I'm saying you need to risk a bigger amount, risk 1 to 2% just to get over them faster. 2 or 3 trades, just focus on catching 3 good trades to pass phase 1 and phase 2, and then on the live account everything changes. On the live account, just use this formula, focus on 2R a week, risking 0.25%, and you're gonna make a lot of money. I promise you that. And you're gonna make this money really easy, because you can reach 2R in 10 minutes during Monday's London session, and then be done for the week until you get your withdrawal or the next week. This way you can reach that 3-month milestone on your funding account, and then everything changes after that. So I hope this video has helped you. I know it has been a long one, but there has been a lot of tips on how I think about funding challenges, how I teach my mentorship students to pass the challenges, and they are starting to make a lot of money from these funding challenges. So again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and also join the free Telegram group where I do post some setups when I see something really nice, and also posting some outlooks once a day or once every 2 days.